With the Pixel 3 having received its last batch of updates, the series officially moves into end-of-life status, and possibly in more ways than one. In late August and early September, tech news sites Android Police, 9to5Google, Ars Technica, XDA, and others reported on breaking issues that had been on Google's issue tracker since June. At this time, 554 people have indicated that they are experiencing the same issue, and the topic has more than 900 comments. So, what's happening with these devices? At some point during normal operation, the device bricks. This has happened during overnight charging, during morning commutes, while listening to music, or just midday during work. In each instance, the device becomes completely unresponsive. In short, it has suffered a catastrophic failure. When booting or trying to wake the device, you're greeted with a completely blank screen. In fact, the backlight doesn't even turn on, causing the device to appear to be completely functionless. However, when you plug the device into your Windows machine and open up Device Manager, you'll find the device listed under Other Devices as QUSB Bulk CID. What this means essentially is that the device is stuck in what is known as Qualcomm's Emergency Download Mode, or EDL mode. Now, the EDL would normally be used by the manufacturer to flash an entire NAND image onto the device. However, though Qualcomm's software, the Qualcomm Product Support Tool, is theoretically able to communicate with the device and is available, the necessary files in order to, say, flash a new system image to your device are not readily available. Now, this does presume that the device bricking is a software-related issue and not a hardware-related issue, which brings the topic of whether a repair is even possible. While many online speculate that the issue is software update related, and even some have postulated at planned obsolescence, the timing with the Pixel 6 release is a little bit fishy. It should be noted that Google is no stranger to devices bricking due to poor or failing hardware. Take for instance the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 6P, which both had booting issues, as well as the Pixel 4 XL's power and charging issues. And in the case of the latter, its warranty was even extended, the issue was so bad. The puzzling part here is the breadth of the issue. While it's true that the majority of users experiencing the issue are in fact Gen 3 Pixel owners, the issue has been encountered on Pixel 1 devices, and I myself have experienced it on my Pixel 4 device. Now, up to this point, Google has made no statements on what the likely cause is. So, what can you do about your now bricked device? Well, there's not much. If you follow the link to the issue tracker, you can start the issue to signal that you're also affected by this. If you reach out to Google themselves, be prepared to be met by rigid scripts and a lack of acknowledgement of the issue. However, I can offer some anecdotal advice based on success myself and others have had in having our devices replaced under RMA. The first round of support will run through all the standard boring stuff that you've likely already attempted. Does the device turn on? Have you performed a factory reset? Is there any accidental damage such as a cracked screen, a cracked back, or water damage? They'll ask you for the IMEI. Now, in regards to this EDL issue, navigate carefully. Be specific and emphatic, but remain respectful if you can. When asked to confirm if the device turns on, confirm that it does. After all, the device does turn on, and this is evidenced by the D0 power state found in Device Manager. Your issue is the OS isn't loading. Your issue is the OS isn't loading, either because of failed memory or because of a catastrophic failure in the software. After you've ran the gauntlet with the first tier of support, you're likely to find that you haven't gotten anywhere. Request for escalation from someone that can understand the issue that you're facing and be able to provide the needed support. After all, you have a non-booting phone that needs fixing. At some point, they're likely to give you two repair options: a Google mail-in option, or to take the phone to uBreak-iFix. Depending on your location, uBreak-iFix may be close enough that it's worth a visit. Luckily, I had one within 15 minutes of my house. They'll plug your device in and attempt a diagnostic, at which point they'll find the device is non-responsive, and with a likely repair being to replace the entire main board, which comes to a cost of over $400, repair isn't really a reasonable option, especially not on a device that's 2 or 3 years old or possibly older. After all, what do you do when an auto repair bill turns out to be more than half the value of your car? Rip my baby. The Google mail-in option doesn't come in much better. If you follow their process, when selecting what's wrong, The only option that seems to be viable is that it's a software problem. Moving to the next screen, we see an estimated cost of $499 plus tax, and that's contingent upon them not finding any other issues. For a phone that I paid $799 for 2 years ago, that's a nope. Further, doing some due diligence and digging into the repair terms, we read, the repair service will address defects in material or workmanship of your device, not issues related to software or data failures or incompatibilities on your device. Well, poop. So if it's a software issue, you get no repair. And Google hasn't admitted to it being a hardware issue. It almost feels like a catch-22. For me, this is where I feel like you kind of catch them though. They won't acknowledge the cause of the issue, and their repair options fall flat. If it were software related and the tools were made available, I'd repair the device myself. But if it's hardware related, there's not much that I can do. Continuing through support, you'll likely need to get another escalation, at which point I did finally connect with someone willing to RMA my device. Now, I don't expect devices to last forever. Everything gives out eventually. However, 3 years seems incredibly short for the lifespan of a device, especially one that's so integral to our lives. And in my case, my Pixel 4 didn't even make it to 2 years. Meanwhile, I have other devices that have worked for over a decade. In summary, the relatively short amount of time that's passed since the devices were made, and the current lack of transparency and support from Google, and their history of widespread hardware issues doesn't paint a pretty picture. So if you've suddenly found that your Pixel device is non-responsive, plug it into the computer. See if it hooks up or not. Check for the indicators of the EDL issue, and if you're experiencing that issue, hop over to the issue tracker, click that star, and let us know what's happening in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I hope to catch you guys in another one. So long.